man. How's it going? Does it sound good? Just 1 second. There we go. It's weird. It says that I'm live, but then I go to the video and it says airing soon. See what I mean? Huh. Alright, hold on a second. Streaming. Where's it? I don't get it. Unless I open it back up and then it's good? I mean, we are live though, yeah? Alright. Alerts are working. Thanks, Chris. So how's everybody doing today? You enjoying your spring forward? I think I'm in the minority where a lot of people, they just hate losing that hour of sleep. But what is that compared to like later sunrises and later sunsets? That's the way I like it, because I like sleeping in and I like staying up late. I gotta be honest, I've been really nervous about this big debut. I wasn't really sure that I wanted to do it, but you know what? Voices are meant to be heard. And I've got a voice that wants to be heard, so I'm gonna do it. So here I am on this digital stage, making my big debut. So let's do some introductions. There we go. So this is my new channel, Cross H Productions, that's how it's pronounced. And what we're going to be doing is live streams, videos on demand, shorts. I think the way I want to do it is like do streams, break the streams down into videos, break the videos down into shorts. That's like the food chain. Hey Caleb, I'm glad you showed up. How you doing? Currently on YouTube, Twitch and other platforms to come in the future. That's not true. We should be on Twitch right now. I think. Maybe not. I should be. I'm not too familiar with Twitch, honestly. It's acting like I'm not live on Twitch right now. I think I know why. Didn't hit the start all button. Now let's see if it happens. Yeah, I don't see me on Twitch either. I don't know what's going on there. There's a big go live button that doesn't seem to actually do it. Channel. I can go to my channel, like, I don't get with YouTube, there's literally just a big go live button, and you just hit it and it goes. Twitch, I've used Twitch almost none at all, so this is really new to me. So I guess we're just on YouTube for now. That was the plan at first. And the whole other platforms to come in the future, I don't know about that. Because when I first conceived of this, I thought I was going to stream on Kick, but now, I don't know. I haven't had good experiences with Kick. And who knows what else in the future. So, I'm not going to worry about it too much now. So this is going to be the kind of content that you can expect on this channel. I'm really into anime and manga, especially One Piece. That's really my big commitment right now, is keeping up with One Piece. Try not to get into any other series that is still ongoing. I'm only interested in series that have finished, because guess what? When I started One Piece, way back in like 2008, I had no idea how long it was going to take. And so that's been kind of a deterrent for me jumping into any series that hasn't finished, is not knowing how long I'm going to be committed, not even knowing if it's actually going to finish at all. So One Piece is really the one exception there, because it's like Yahtzee said, where a story is only truly good once it's finished. I've been enjoying One Piece so far, mostly. But it's been a bit of a rocky road. It's doing good now. Really into it. And then we're also going to be doing some video games. I've had a huge backlog that I've been meaning to get into, but I want to share that first time experience with other people. Like, the first game I'm going to stream is probably going to be Psychonauts. That one's a classic. I picked that one back up in like 2006, and I've really been looking forward to playing Psychonauts 2. That's going to be the next game, but I wanted to refresh myself on the first Psychonauts and just share that with people, because I don't think a lot of people know how good that game is. That is a classic. Movies too. I'm really big into superhero movies and martial arts movies. That's the way it's been pretty much my whole life. Where as a little kid, I used to watch the old Joel Schumacher Batman movies, and I know that they're real stinkers. I know that's probably not the best way to start, but that's how I got into it. My favorite superhero movie is still Spider-Man 2. That's good. And I've seen so many superhero movies at this point that Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, they don't even register. Like, they're not even in my top 30 worst superhero movies. I mean, it's not like Suicide Squad or, I don't know, Elektra. Now that's the worst. Worst superhero movie for sure. And cartoons. A lot of cartoons that I haven't seen. Cartoons that I have seen that I want to share with other people. And painting. I do a little bit of painting. I haven't done it for a while, but I'm trying to get back into it. And I've already got my first project lined up. Let me show this to you guys. Right here. This is a wooden sculpture that I picked up like a couple towns over, and I've had it for a while, and I've always had this vision of painting it up real colorful. What I want to do is make this dragon here blue and this one red, and I think this is going to look real good. You can see the original color right here, and you can see where I practiced a little bit because I wasn't sure how well it was going to turn out. You gotta lacquer it up with like some clear glue first before you just go into it. But that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna hang it. Hold on a second, let me get this. Right up there. Right over the closet. It's gonna look good. And as for the and more part, I'm thinking of doing some like Magic the Gathering stuff. Lots of different things. I haven't gotten into Magic Arena yet. I'd like to. Ooh. Is my camera straight? Okay. But also just general Magic the Gathering talk, impressions on what's going on in the game, anecdotes from my time playing, because I've been playing a long time. My dad taught me how to play the game way back in 2000, and I've been on and off with it ever since. It's been a great bonding experience with my dad, friends, especially in college. I played a lot of Magic back in college. That was a great time. Back when Innistrad was new, and so was New Phyrexia, so it wasn't all great. That's a story for another time. But here's a little bit about me. I'm Harrison. Favorite color is blue. I love rock and roll of all kinds. That's what I've been big into right now, is going on a bit of a musical pilgrimage, trying to gather up all the old songs that I've listened to over my life and finding new ones and then putting them together into this big collection. And that's been a blast. Mostly. Because I don't know what happened. I had all my playlists neat and organized, and then all of a sudden the music app just, I don't know, just crapped the bed. Where everything was out of order, there were duplicates of songs, so I've had to get a new music app and start over from scratch. And that's really annoying, because the way I like to listen to music is very meticulously crafted playlists where every song flows into the next song, which creates like a nice uninterrupted vibe. That's the way I do things. And I like rock and roll of all kinds, like pop rock, indie rock, alt rock, grunge, post-grunge, even ska, which a lot of people hate for some reason. I don't know, but I've been big into it ever since the Digimon movie. Terrible movie, but that soundtrack, choice. So formative to my taste in music. And I like spicy food. And when I say spicy food, I mean really spicy. Let me show you something. You see this? This is what I'm doing right now. The end flat line. I think it's the second hottest hot sauce in the world. And I've been really enjoying it. I resent the one web comic that I saw. I don't even remember where it was or if I could find it again, but it's like a white guy going up to the counter of some like wings restaurant and being like, give me the hottest wings you can find, and like there's a big huge black guy at the counter looking very, very incredulous, and then he goes and gets the mild sauce, and then in parentheses says for white guys, and the white guy's like, oh yeah, I'm really feeling the heat. Like, no, this is the heat. The only sauce that I think is hotter is called Regret, and I'm looking forward to trying that someday. And American and Italian and Asian food. I love burgers with like blue cheese and bacon and fresh cut garlic. And my hobbies, as you can gather, games, film, animation, music, drawing, painting, cooking, traveling. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but I really love traveling, exploring, discovering new things. These are my big inspirations. Spoonie, if any of you guys remember Spoonie. Not the best guy, doesn't have the best track record with his fans or keeping up with his promises, but Peak Spoonie, back in the day, that was like my favorite YouTuber. I loved how snarky and sarcastic he was. Big influence on my sense of humor. And people say that he fell off. I still feel like when he made videos, even in his latter days, they were still good. It just took longer for them to come out. And I really missed them. I really wish that he would come back to YouTube. I'm still waiting on that Final Fantasy 13 review. Mostly so that he can then move on to 13.3 and then 15, because I've got a bit of a history with that game. I would really love to see him tear that game apart, because it has its moments, but boy, it really needs some serious polish. Probably gonna be streaming that game too someday, so that you know what I'm talking about. And Red Letter Media, I think they've influenced a lot of people just by elevating the average taste in movies. Like, guys like Angry Video Game Nerd, they made it popular to, like, really rant and rave and be irate about stuff, but Red Letter Media made it popular to be, like, articulate. That's what it was. They could explain their opinion so well in a way that doesn't go over people's heads. Everybody understands what they're talking about. And I really appreciated that. Even though they did kind of start the trend of just dogpiling on the Star Wars prequels, those prequels are pretty bad. I think. I would rather rewatch those and kind of form my own opinion, because it's been too long. I haven't seen those since I was a little kid. But once Red Letter Media did it, everybody started bashing on the prequels. That's when that trend really took off. And I'm not sure if I approve. Not that the prequels don't deserve it, but just, it's almost like Red Letter Media made up the minds of so many people. Super Best Friends Play, I've been binging a lot of their old videos. Also very formative of my sense of humor. Those guys were really great, and they're what really made me want to do what I'm doing right now. I miss those guys. I mean, I know they're all doing their own thing now, but they had such good chemistry as a team. And Rebel Taxi. Oh boy. The legend. The great one. Maybe a little overhyping him, but he is definitely one of my favorite YouTubers. I mean, he had me hooked just from his style alone. I absolutely love the graphic design on everything, on his logo, on his little avatar, his transitions, everything. And he has impeccable taste in music. He's really helped me discover a lot of new music and old music that I had forgotten about. I think it's Right Now by SR71. I totally forgot about that song, and then he helped me rediscover it, so that's great. And his opinions on animation in games, so similar to mine. Like, even to the point where he will say things that are so specific that I thought I was the only one who thought them, and I just didn't say it out loud because I didn't think anyone else would understand. That guy's really good. Love his style and his critique and his content and all that. He's also got the only intro that I never ever skip. The Go-Go Hypergrind intro or whatever it's called. That's good. The Mountain Dew, it's Livewire. It's really good. I have to order it off of Amazon, though. For some reason, they don't sell it in my region. No idea why. I mean, this is one of the few good flavors of Mountain Dew that's still left. I don't know what's happened, but within the past week, I don't know if it was a bad batch or whatever, but Mountain Dew has not been doing good. Their flavor is just gone. And this is the only one that is still good. That and Purple Thunder that only sells in some gas stations. But I've been drinking Livewire for a long time. I still remember when this used to be a summer exclusive. And as a kid, I have fond memories of going to the pool with my parents and hearing The Reason by Hoobastank playing over the loudspeakers, muffled by the sound of the water as I float at the bottom of the pool. And then I would get out and take a nice sip of ice cold Livewire. Very fond memories. And I've been hooked ever since. Power Rangers, that was a big inspiration for me too. I've been watching since it was new, back when I was like 5 years old, and that was my introduction to so much. I think maybe Batman the Animated Series was older, and I loved that as a kid, but Power Rangers was huge. I watched that for years, and that really got me into superheroes, Japanese culture, martial arts, science fiction, just so much cool stuff all packed into that one show. Really love that. That reminds me, Once and Always, I think is what it was called, the big like 30th anniversary special that they came out with. Haven't seen that yet. That's also gonna be a streaming thing, so you can join me as I see that for the first time. Guyver. Does anybody know the Guyver? Bio Booster Armor Guyver. That was a series that I picked up as a kid, like 8 years old. Maybe a little too young for that, but I discovered that back when I was 8, when the VHS tapes were up for rental at my local Blockbuster. And after I watched the first one, I was hooked. Super underrated series. I would love to see it come back. But that was awesome. Even before Spider-Man, Guyver was really the one to teach me that being a superhero isn't all fun and games. That poor kid really goes through it. Awesome series. Super underrated. I think a lot of people will find it cliched now. It's got like ancient aliens and stuff like that, and like symbiotes and a lot of sci-fi tropes. But for me at the time, it was like brand new stuff. It was so captivating. One of the first anime I ever watched, even before Pokemon. I think the first one though was Gigantor. Back when they would play marathons of the New Adventures of Gigantor on Sci-Fi. Back when the Sci-Fi Channel was still good. Back when it was still cool. When they did shows like the Anti-Gravity Room, which is basically Attack of the Show before Attack of the Show. And Spider-Man, as mentioned, Spider-Man 2, favorite superhero movie. Used to watch the animated show as a kid too. Love that intro. Fully Cooley. That's the big one, really. My favorite anime. What I would consider to be one of the best anime ever. And just the quintessential coming of age story. Something that I think any boy between like 12 and 15 years old should watch at least once. That was big for me. I discovered that when I was 15 years old, just about to go into high school, and it really changed things up for me. Taught me to not be afraid of failure, not be afraid to try new things, to not be so embarrassed and so closed off all the time. It told me that maturity isn't always what it seems. That acting adult doesn't make you adult. Really awesome series. Nice and bite-sized too, only 6 episodes long. Unless you want to watch the sequels, which are really hit and miss. I think the first sequel came out in 2017, like 17 or 18 years after the fact, when Adult Swim, and they love Fully Cooley at Adult Swim, they wanted a hand in shaping a sequel. 2 sequels, in fact. And one of them is okay, and one of them is really not okay. And they came out with 2 more just last year, and same thing, one of them is okay and one of them is not okay. You don't gotta watch those, though. You can just stick with classic Fully Cooley, the first 6 episodes, and that's awesome. Love it. Iconic series. And One Piece, as mentioned, got into that watching it on Toonami. And yes, that does mean that I was watching the 4Kids dub. Very bad. Not going to defend it. But I still wound up getting hooked. Let that be a testament to how good One Piece is, that even 4Kids could not ruin its charm despite their best efforts. And The Last Airbender. I used to question whether I preferred Samurai Jack or The Last Airbender. When I was younger, I think I tended more towards Samurai Jack as the, fantasy, martial arts, animation that's like a big chronicle, and it's full with adventure and all that kind of thing. But now I'm really getting back into The Last Airbender. Just rewatched the whole series recently, and it is really strong. There are no weak links in that series. Even the bad episodes, the ones that people say are bad, they're not really bad. They're just bad for The Last Airbender. They're still really strong. And I still haven't seen the live action Last Airbender, the series that just came out. So after I crack open the live action One Piece, which I'm going to do in a little bit, probably going to check out the live action Last Airbender, which I don't know too much about, even less than the live action One Piece. So a little nervous, a little timid with One Piece too, even though I've heard that it's super awesome. We'll see, because people like it, but then people like a lot of things. And I find that I often go against the grain sometimes. I mean, the whole reason why I watched Suicide Squad was because people were talking big hype about that movie, and then it turned out to not be so hype. Last Airbender was also really formative. Not really formative, but it helped form a bit of my philosophy. My favorite scene in The Last Airbender is when Aang is talking to Yang Chen, and she says that it is sometimes necessary to sacrifice your own spiritual needs to protect the world. And that was a big eye-opener for me as a kid. It was the first time that I ever realized that there was a difference between ethics and morals. Pretty big, complex theme for a cartoon that was airing on Nickelodeon and targeted to children. if I say so. And then Jimi Hendrix. Speaking of philosophy, just that one little quote where he says, I believe it goes, I believe people should be able to do whatever they want as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. It's amazing how that one sentence just condenses all of like morality and ethicality and society into just that one tiny little sentence. I love it. This is my planned content so far. Binging the live action One Piece, as previously discussed, and more One Piece content. We're in a bit of a lull right now. I think we just had a break week for the manga. So a new chapter should be coming out this week. I'll definitely have to check that out. Maybe even do that on stream. I'll be giving my thoughts about it at the very least. Psychonauts 1 and 2, as discussed, and more playthroughs. Like I said, I've got a big backlog of new games as well as old games that I'd like to share. And the wooden sculpture, as you see right here, looking forward to that. Got more painting projects coming up. There's an old painting that I only left like 10% finished that I started back when I was in college based on this really trippy dream that I have. I'll have to tell you more about that later. But it would really be nice to go back to that and tell you the story behind that one. Lots of different painting projects that I've really wanted to do, but for whatever reason I've just been too distracted to do them. Short-term goals, just stuff that I have planned for the next year or so. Just basic One Piece contents, checking out the manga, maybe scoping out the anime a little bit. Anime's really hit and miss. Discussing it with you guys, giving my opinions, maybe doing some reviews, like going arc by arc, saga by saga. I'd really like to check that out as a possibility. May want to reread the whole thing though, just to really make sure. I don't want to just speed read and form my opinion based on that, because there was some stuff where I kind of skimmed over it. And top fives, I love to do that, like top 5 arcs, top 5 moments, top 5 characters, that kind of thing. Tier lists, more live action anime adaptations. When the live action One Piece came out, people were like, oh yes, finally a good live action anime adaptation, the first one ever. And I'm like, what about live action Speed Racer? I know a lot of people hate that movie. I have no idea why, because I've watched that I think 3 times by now, where people talk mess about the live action Speed Racer movie, and I'm like, was it really that bad? And then I rewatch it, I'm like, no, it's still pretty much as good as I remember. I don't know what the problem is. So maybe check that out. And other live action anime like Dragon Ball. I know that would be good for a laugh. Maybe not now. Not so soon after the news, rest in peace Akira Toriyama. It would be a little too soon to crack open Dragon Ball Evolution and just rip it apart. What others? Live action anime. I'm not watching Battle Angel Alita. The big CGIs creep me out. And more painting, but my long-term goals. Right here. This is future content planned, like way, way out. I've got a friend who is receptive to checking out One Piece, I'd like to talk him into doing a little catch-up with me on the manga. And it's going to be called How Fast Can We Catch Up on One Piece? Not speed reading, just reading in a normal pace, but I am genuinely curious if we timed it, how long would it take to fully catch up on the manga? How many hours or days is that going to be? That would be neat to finally get him caught up on that, and then we can both talk about it on equal terms, because I always got to be super careful about spoilers whenever he's around. Because I know one day he's going to read it, and we're probably going to read it together, and that's going to be his first exposure. Martial Farts is another like team effort that I've got planned with him, where we watch just all sorts of different martial arts films, good and bad, and just kind of riff on them, especially the bad ones. Jared's got a huge collection of martial arts movies, and I do too, a little bit over my shelves over there. It'd be nice to check those out on stream as well, and just have some funny running commentary. And not just martial arts movies either, series that are martial arts oriented, like the aforementioned Last Airbender and Power Rangers, Samurai Jack, all the little Power Rangers rip-offs. We could check that out too. Share that with you guys, because a lot of them are obscure. Animation Station, a lot like Martial Farts, except instead of martial arts, it's just animation. My friend, he's a professional animator, so he would be able to provide some unique insight, and I think that would make for interesting content. Reviewing every superhero movie ever. That'd be really cool, because we talk about superhero stuff all the time, on, and always checking out new ones, or new to us anyway. New ones, old ones, good ones, bad ones, surprising ones. I've been on a quest to see if there's any superhero movie that's worse than Elektra, and I haven't found one yet. We watched Catwoman recently, and even that wasn't as bad as Elektra, as infamous as that movie is. And superhero movies, that's like the one genre that is small enough where reviewing every movie is feasible, however remotely. So it'd be cool to do that. And then the big one, World Cross H. That's the dream for me, is saving up the money to go on a big cross-country trip and streaming that and making that a shared experience where everyone can go along with us and see all the things about this country that make it so great and wonderful. And that would be really neat. But that's a big dream. That's way down the line. If it'll ever happen at all, that's a lot of planning, a lot of saving up money, a lot of that. So we'll see if we can make that happen. But that's a long way down. Just like a lot of these are. Because it'd be neat to do this stuff with my friend, but I want to make sure that this channel is a success first, because he's a busy guy. Really, really busy. And I don't want to pull him away from the half dozen things that he's already doing just to entertain me and my little project. I want to make sure that there's a payout for him too. join the Reverie. That's like a yearly gathering of the online One Piece community. Streamers like King of Lightning and Roger Space, guys that already do a lot of One Piece content. It would be neat if I could get up to the level where I could join up with those guys and talk One Piece with them. And become a VTuber. That'd be neat. I'd like to learn how to make and rig my own model one day and kind of take this project to the next level. Not going to tell you too much about my concept for my VTuber persona, though. I want it to be a bit of a surprise. But that's it for introductions. So, do we want to get into the live action One Piece now? Let's see. No. Yes. Hold on a sec. Full screen. Before we get started, let me put this on my other screen. Very good. Now, real quick, tell me, how does this look and sound? Can you hear it? Can you see it? Can everyone hear that all right? You can't? Okay, hold on a second. Because this is going to be a careful balancing act where I want you to be able to hear it, but not too well. Because it's One Piece. And I'm always a little nervous about, copyright infringements, the folks who own One Piece, they are very sensitive about their content, so I want it to where it's barely visible and barely audible, to where you've just got enough that you can kind of keep up with my commentary and what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. Because ideally, you guys should be watching this yourself, right? That's the idea. I don't want to be a substitute for watching this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to just play it and then you guys watch this instead of watching it. Can you hear it now? Who's talking right now? Who's got the Scottish accent? Man. like I said, I don't know too much about the live action One Piece. I read some things about it. Definitely some head turning changes. But oh my gosh. Is that Garp? Why does he have a Scottish accent? How does that work? Like, is his son gonna have a Scottish accent? I know his grandson doesn't have a Scottish accent. What's going on here? Yeah, that's Garp. He's got the scar. Let me turn it up a little bit more. Oh boy. Am I supposed to be watching out for like Easter eggs in the crowd? Because that one woman in the crowd, she looked kind of distinctive. The blades don't go all the way through his chest. That's not as brutal. Look, there's barely any blood on their blades. They just kind of poked him. That killed him? Okay. And he was still alive, too. What's going on? Okay. Oh, there's Mihawk's little coffin boat. That's funny. The idea that immediately after his execution, everybody climbed onto their boats and just took off. They didn't know where. So we're not starting with the flashback like in the manga. We're doing it like anime style in medias res. Oh boy, I'm so nervous. What is this gonna be like? Newski looks good. Yeah, that looks good. I heard that behind the scenes there was a lot of butting of heads between Oda and the Netflix creators. I'm curious what the original vision for this was from the Netflix folks. Because who knows, this could have been like a live action Sonic situation. That bird could have looked terrible. Okay, yeah, we're just heading into this scene now. There was a lot more build up in the anime. But does that mean we're going to meet Nami now? Because that's not how it is in the manga. The way the story starts is so different between the two of them. And there's Alvida. She looks nice, though. She looks too nice. Alvida's supposed to be, like, super ugly. She looks pretty. And what's up with her club? It's got little pink things on it. It's alright so far. Oh my gosh. Her club is like a swan with a mohawk. You know what it looks like? It looks like the mascot for Bubble Yum. Oh, it's the big guy with the striped shirt. I think he's the first guy to meet Luffy. Oh man. Oh man. It's doing okay so far. We'll see. No Nami so far. So is this like a mix of the manga and the anime? There we go. I was worried he was going to take a swig, but Luffy doesn't drink. Okay, so this is how we're doing it. Alright. It really is kind of a mix between the manga and the anime. Windmill Village. Okay. Sorry, I'm just so used to the Japanese name Fuchsia Village. I guess Fuchsia means windmill. Rue looks okay. He's supposed to always be eating, though. Biasop looks good. Aw, he's got his little anchor shirt on. Shanks is looking a little scuffed, though. I can't put my finger on it. I feel like maybe the hat's a little too tight. Maybe it's because it's the exact same hat that Luffy's going to be wearing later. Okay, that's alright. Not as brutal as the manga where you actually see the blade go into his face. But in the anime, he didn't have that injury at all. Which I don't really know how you mess up, seeing as how it's literally the first thing that happens in the entire story. No, Luffy's hat looks different. It's got like a wider brim. So why does Shanks' hat look so weird on him? We're gonna have the scene at night. And they didn't have the scene where Luffy bursts out of the barrel and accidentally uppercuts somebody either. Here we go. I was gonna say I'm used to like the first scene being more bombastic, having lots of action. Oh, she's got two different clubs? See, that's more like in the series. So that's how we find out, huh? Oh boy. oh oh boy. Okay. They try their best and it's probably the best stretching effect I've seen yet. It's way better than Fantastic Four, but I don't know if it can ever be done well in live action. Ever. Oh man. That's the shot that I saw in the trailers that made me really nervous. Like, even more than I was already. Well, that's kind of a bummer. Kobe didn't have the moment he's supposed to where he, like, stands up for himself and says all that stuff about Alvida himself. And Luffy doesn't single-handedly defeat the entire pirate crew. Alright. Huh? Sixus Island. Okay. Interesting. What? Clockworks already, huh? And this is the Mr. 7 that Zoro said he already killed. This is interesting. I saw this guy in trailers and I thought he was going to be one of the buggy pirates. Interesting. I don't remember if number 7 was... if the original number 7 was ever shown in the manga or like SBS or anything. It's kind of an interesting way to introduce Zoro, just going straight into an action scene. I guess it makes sense. I'm just so used to the old way where you see him like tied up with his arms out like this, looking very desperate. Ooh, that was not smart. The rare time when Zoro, the swordsman, actually kills somebody, believe it or not. Oh man, that hair color. That's rough. That's like Jean Grey in X-Men 3. Oh, Bink Sake is playing in the background. That's neat. Oh, so is this supposed to be Makino's bar? But then the bandits are gonna break the door down and then somebody mysteriously fixes it later when they walk back out the same door. Oh, that's definitely made of plastic. If he decides that he's gonna eat it. Eat this plastic looking ball. It looks like a Nerf ball. Here we go. Oh, there's Makino. They have neon signs here? Interesting. I can never tell what the technology level on One Piece is going to be. Or they can have like cyborgs and lasers, but they don't have planes. So they did it like the manga. They didn't do the thing where they see Luffy eat it and then they turn him upside down and he falls on the floor. Yeah, I'd be disturbed too. Wait, so how's Zoro going to go from being all the way over there fighting Mr. Seven to being tied up in a Marine base by the time these guys make landfall? Yeah, but Kobe didn't say it in front of Alvida, though. That's disappointing. It's kind of wild. I didn't think about it till now, but Luffy's totally cool with this. Even when you think about the fact that his grandpa's a Marine. And tried to get him to be a Marine too. And it's been like a constant scourge. He's still okay with Kobe being Marine. That's kind of cool. Is this how it was done in the manga? I can't remember. I'm worried about what the Tsunami's gonna be like, because the performance that I saw in trailers, I wasn't exactly wowed. This is weird, just jumping between these different characters like this. And all in the first episode, too. How long is this episode? An hour, huh? I miss Nami's theme. Well, the base looks the way it's supposed to, but oh boy. Please don't tell me that's what Morgan looks like in person. Oh boy, let's see. There's Cavendish. And I saw Bellamy earlier, and someone else. Okay. Foxy was the other one that was in the posters. Are we gonna see it happen? Are we gonna see him get arrested? Kabaji looks the way he's supposed to, from what I could tell. Okay, that was creepy. So that's Helmeppo, huh? His hair looks better. Comparatively. Nice acting. What about Helmeppo's dog, huh? Isn't Helmeppo's dog supposed to be here? So if I recall correctly, in the anime, Zoro gets arrested because he attacks Helmeppo's dog, and in the manga he gets arrested because he kills it. Come on, Netflix. Not gonna do it? No? No dog killing? I mean, Mr. Seven got cut in two, so already this is more brutal than I would have expected. But I don't think Netflix is gonna have a dog killing scene. I don't think they've got the stomach for it. Don't draw your blade unless you're prepared to use it. I wonder if there's going to be a connection between that quote and later when Shanks is like, don't draw your gun unless you're prepared to use it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Not as bad looking as I would have thought. Not as good looking as I would have hoped. know. I feel like I'm warming up to Morgan's design a little bit. And Zoro's alright so far, too. Why do you gotta say it like that, Luffy? I'm enjoying it so far. What about you guys? You can hear it, right? Does Hamada just have sneakers on? Yes, he does. What is up with that? I feel like maybe this guy's a little too handsome to be Helmeppo. Helmeppo's supposed to be butt ugly. Like, literally, he's got the butt-shaped chin. Okay. Oh, she has her little twin tails. Oh, that was the shot from the trailers that got people super hyped. So far, Zoro's turned out the best in the leap to live action. I didn't even check to see how many episodes there are. But what's Nami doing here? She's not supposed to be part of this arc. It's an okay Luffy too. It's a different kind of Luffy. Funny how Zoro still has the pirate hunter, like, epithet, even when he's only a pirate hunter for like 1% of the entire series. That's a different way of doing it. I'm used to Luffy holding Zoro's freedom ransom instead of just untying him, no strings attached. No pun intended. Ooh, but is he gonna hold his swords hostage? Because isn't this the part where Luffy finds Zoro's swords to bring back to him? Come on, Mommy. Oh, there we go. I was wondering where she kept her staff. I'm still not sure I saw where she pulled that out from. Okay, this is interesting. They didn't notice at all? Okay. Looks okay. Is it? Who's that? Oh, that's Helmeppo? For a second I thought it was supposed to be Hina. Oh, man. Oh, boy. tell if I like the costumes in this or not. They seem kind of hit and miss. Like, most of the Marines look alright. Morgan's looks okay. The main characters look kind of okay, as long as they're not supposed to have red hair. For some reason, they don't know how to do red hair. But then you've got Helmeppo with the sneakers. Oh my gosh, what is going on in these paintings? I'm constantly scanning for, like, Easter eggs, by the way. Oh boy. Oh no, not the... Oh, that slug is so disturbing. Not slug, snail. Apologies. The Den Mushi, the weird snail things that they use like phones. Oh my gosh, no, please don't get too close to the snail. That is so creepy. It looks like something out of like Beetlejuice or Monkey Bone or something. Did Morgan always have the, like, Zubaz pants? You didn't barricade the door? Come on. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not working. Luffy's supposed to be ridiculously strong. Great, now it's stuck again. Not gonna try and shoot him? Okay. action's good so far. Wait, Zoro got his swords back all by himself. Oh yeah, because he got them from Helmeppo. But then how does Luffy convince Zoro to join their crew? I guess it was just a little... Okay, so... I guess I just remember Zoro getting the one sword and not the other two. Oh, he's got like the scars from like Kuro's claw weapons. That's a neat detail. Well, Morgan is already stronger here than he is in the anime, because in the anime he just gets one shot. Dang. He really is a lot stronger. Oh, what happened to Zoro's earrings? And one of them, the two of them get knocked off or something? You haven't seen Don Craig yet. Nice. It's supposed to be slightly green though. Luffy, I don't know. I don't want to know where you thought it was going to go. So, he puts one sword in each hand and one in his mouth, and that magically makes him stronger. Not sure I understand. Wait, how did he turn the blade around in his mouth? Wait, so what happened to Kobe? I feel like Kobe got lost in the mix. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Oh, he cut his. Okay, that's an interesting way to do it. Okay. This is gonna be weird though, because it doesn't have the moment where Kobe endears himself to the Marines. He just punched one of them out. I don't get it. How's this gonna work? Doesn't this mean that he would be working under Axehand Morgan? Because normally Morgan is a menace who treats his subordinates like trash, and they're all happy that he gets taken down. And so they like put him under arrest once he's defeated. But in this, you don't have that angle. It's a oh no. Oh, it's so creepy. That's different. The part that they pick up, it acts as both like a transmitter and a receiver. The way it's supposed to go is you talk into the receiver, and the face of the snail talks back in the voice of the guy who's calling. That's kind of taking away the charm of the Den Den Mushi. It's supposed to be funny because it's like it's a snail talking to you. But oh hey, it's Bogart. Maybe he'll actually do something. One Piece fans, they're always waiting for Bogart to do something, and every time it's disappointing. I was doing the pose. I think he does that pose on like one of the volume covers. Buggy looks really good. When people saw Buggy in the trailers, he was like the real showstopper. Everybody loved the way that he looked right away. Oh yeah, that's good. That's how Buggy should look. Okay, wow. So, hey, that was alright. That actually was alright. Nope, no previews, not necessary. But, oh, we do get to see the map, though. Looks about the way you'd expect. Breath line's a little crooked, though. But, alright, that was the first episode. I give that, like, 7 out of 10. Costumes are kind of hit and miss. Performances actually a little bit better than expected. Action solid. As far as like an Americanized One Piece. It's alright, I think. No real sticking points except for, again, just odd little costume design foibles with the sneakers. Did he have sneakers in the anime or the manga? I can't remember. And like any character with red hair still just looking a little bit off. I don't know. But I don't know. Do I want to do the next episode now? Yeah, I want to see Buggy. Alright, let's go. Yeah, we never finished the flashback. So this is shortly after. Shanks hasn't left town yet. I'm used to Luffy, like, chasing after the bandits and mouthing off to them, and then the action pops off immediately afterwards. I'm also trying to listen to the music and, like, pick up on any familiar tunes. I heard Binks' Sake earlier, but not really anything since. I could go for more of that classic One Piece soundtrack. So the three of them are already together going into the Orangetown arc. I wonder what this is going to be like. wouldn't open that up outdoors. What if the wind blows it away? It's weird to hear Zora be the one interested in gold and not Nami. Quoting the 4Kids dub, are you? It's a surprising number of nighttime scenes in Netflix. For whatever reason, when I think of One Piece, I think of daytime. Uh, um, okay. That was disturbing. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. I think I actually learned about this a little bit. So they do the One Piece logo different ways. Okay. How you guys liking it so far? Um, I don't know how many I'm gonna watch in a row. We'll see. Yeah, how's that gonna work? Who the... What? Zoro doesn't know? He's one of the foremost infamous pirates in the world. But he... Later, when we get to Baroque Works, he's going to recognize the Jolly Roger of the Whitebeard pirates. I don't get it. Lion? Genius gesture, yes. Who's playing Buggy? He gives off like Ryan Reynolds energy. Okay, catch you later. Thanks for joining. We'll probably be streaming again next Sunday. That's the plan for now. It's interesting that Buggy says he's after the One Piece now, when in the manga he's afraid to say it until the series is almost over. It's cool that he can do the thing where he puts the knives between each of his fingers. That's his signature thing. Wow. This is Orangetown? Buggy really has gone to it already. Yeah, that was not a good idea. You should have kept running. He's not going to reveal it yet. We're going back here, huh? Okay. What are we in for here? And what's going to happen with Morgan? He's not arrested in this version. Or maybe he... Oh. Never mind. Wait, who is strung up? The man with the world's stupidest hat? What's the point of wearing the mask now? The point before was to hide who Garp was. The accent is still throwing me off. Oh boy, that looks rough. Interesting how they're trying to make Garp like super scary here. Zora has all three of his earrings now, by the way. I don't know what was going on with that before. Maybe they just came off accidentally in the action, and that's, I don't know, a mistake that got caught. Or rather, didn't get caught in editing. Yeah, I'm not sure if we've ever found... No, there was a limit to Luffy stretching in Whole Cake Island when his skin starts to rip. But he can stretch really far. Yeah, we still haven't finished that flashback. What's up with that? all the others, huh? It's an interesting angle that Buggy is better not just at Shanks but the other Roger pirates. Spoilers, by the way. I should have mentioned that, but like I'm caught up on One Piece. I know everything about it. I'm not afraid to talk about spoilers. Oh, Boodle's here. Mayor Boodle. Great name, by the way. There we go. Yeah, Luffy should. Yeah, I was gonna say he should be able to stretch out of this. Effect was pretty good. I mean, seeing Buggy put his powers to work, that was a big part of the trailer that I loved. I knew Buggy was going to be good. He was going to be the most outstanding part of the series. Kabaji looks good. He's probably got the best costume. Huh? I don't remember any of this. I So this is this some new stuff that's being added, or is it stuff I don't remember? Huh. I don't remember Kabaji having like a big backstory. It's the first time we see anybody feeding these things, though. Huh. Huh. Yeah, you ought to know it was him already when he's got the straw hat on. Man, they're really painting Garp to be, like, scary. I guess it's the build up to finding out that he's Luffy's grandpa. Is that going to be like a twist and then he's going to go back to being goofy like he's supposed to be? Oh, I can see the red force in the background. That's neat. And the transitions between scenes is still a little weird to me. They just kind of stop and start. This is different though. Shanks is not rolling up with his whole crew. Oh my gosh. Ben Beckman is so weird looking in this. Like, everyone else looks okay, except for Shanks and Ben Beckman. This is also very different because normally Ben handles all these guys by himself. Just to show how tough the red hair pirates are. Oh, woof. Alright, I'm getting a little nauseated here. Wait, what? Oh, this is the present, of course. What does it matter if it's seawater? Does it any water work on Devil Fruit users? This abandonment thing is really weird. That's not a side of Buggy that I'm used to seeing at all. This is so weird. Buggy wanting people to love him? I'm used to Buggy just being in it for petty riches. Oh boy, we're gonna get to see the Sea King soon. Or is the Lord of the Coast the Sea King? I'm not clear on that. Because this is one of the other moments from the trailer that was really big, that everybody loved. Yeah, that's cool. That looks good. Lord of the Coast looks exactly the way he should. What's this gonna be like? That's weird. That was kind of weird. That's supposed to be Shanks scaring it off, but it looked more like he used like telepathy or something. Alright, that was doing okay. Oh my gosh. No, I'm getting sick again. What, no big fight with Cabbagey? Okay. I mean, we already got a fight with Mr. Seven, so I guess that helps, but... Oh well. What? How hard did she hit that? Buggy couldn't break it with his fist, and Buggy's actually supposed to be kind of strong. I mean, not Luffy strong, but he's supposed to be pretty strong. It's also weird not having the reveal of Buggy's power by actually having him get cut. That looks pretty good. Wait, where's Buggy's feet? Wasn't that one of his feet that was like kicking Zoro? I thought his feet were always supposed to be on the ground. That's good. That's really good. Great effect. Huh. Yeah, I don't see Buggy's feet anywhere. That's supposed to be like his Achilles heel. Pun somewhat intended. Mini Buggy looks good too. Like the spotlights on them, by the way. Huh? But Morgans didn't really do anything wrong in this version. Like in the other versions, he was a bastard, but in this, all he did was really fail. It's a strangely dark thing for Garp to say, talking about crushing the dreams of pirates. It's not really how I'm used to Garp talking, but okay. Oh, it's the dog. But we don't get the flashback with the dog, though. That's disappointing. The dog's supposed to have all this rich backstory. And no Richie either. The giant lion never shows up. I notice how in Windmillville just seems like it's always like 5 o'clock. Is that supposed to be the cue that it's a flashback? The subtle color grading? Huh? Okay, alright. That moment still lands. And lands the way that it should. I was worried. It still trips me up that Zora doesn't know who Shanks is. Zora should be keeping tabs on the biggest bounties. Oh boy. Yeah. I think I heard about this. They introduced like new cone snail denden mushi that let you talk covertly. They're like earpieces. Okay. And that's episode 2. Maybe even better than the last one. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. No, hold on. Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. I think that's going to do it for today. But so far, live action One Piece, doing pretty good. Pretty good. I gotta say. I'm glad that it's living up to the hype. I was really nervous. And I was really nervous about about becoming a streamer, but you know what? I feel confident that this is my destiny. A little dramatic, I know, but I'm looking forward to doing this again. Plan right now is to do the same thing next Sunday, same time. Maybe watch some more One Piece, maybe not. I was kind of thinking of playing Psychonauts, but we'll see. So, I think that's gonna do it. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for joining me.